So in under 72 hours, President Ramaphosa will be presenting his second GNU State of the Nation address. In this video, we're going to go through what's coming up there, and if you stay with me all the way to my biblical reaction, landmines that are hidden, the hard times he's gonna have to face, and the interesting times to watch where the GNU partners will clap like seals and where they may be in a jam. You ready? Okay, press like and let's go, because either way we get to prosperity. Let's start with a perfect description of what we are used to, put so well by Professor Susan Boysons.
Also because he really has to persuade South Africans that the little bits of progress, and I have no doubt these speeches always dig up evidence of little bit of progress. Reminds me of a cabinet member, by the way, who a year or two ago said South Africa is slowly starting to turn the corner. And if one takes progress in that way, I'm sure they'll be able to find something. But we all know that it does not go far enough, that there's so much that remains to be done.
Yep, so that's what we'll get at the SONA, that South Africa is beginning to start to prepare to, in small ways, turn the corner. So let's talk about what you are likely to hear at the State of the Nation, what's important, and where the landmines are sitting. The priorities last year were inclusive economic growth and job creation, eradication of poverty, and something else. Third one was their ethical, capable, developmental state song. And the last one was reforms to government, including modernizing local government. They only talk about an ethical, capable, and developmental state. And as someone once said, why manage what you can eliminate? They never talk about a smaller, trimmed for purpose state, because then our friends will lose salaries, right? So let's go to SONA. Number one, state of the economy. I would love to have a president that says, South Africa, I will try my best with everything else, but if I go below 7.5% economic growth, please fire me. That would be awesome. Then just work for that. And it just requires releasing the potential of individuals and letting productive people free and removing what holds them back. If we were growing at 7.5% per annum for the last 20 years, we'd be living in a completely different country that it would be stupid to even raise what happened before 1994. To give you an idea of the type of thing you'll hear, this is pretty much what you will hear.
The GNU has more than doubled economic growth in its first calendar year in office. The DA made a major contribution to this through our victory against a proposed VAT increase last year in favour of deeper and faster economic reform. South Africa recently got its first credit upgrade in 20 years, and we have finally been removed from the Financial Action Task Force's grey list. Growth projections are improving across the board, and unemployment has started to tick down. Now, of course, we have much more to do, but there is no doubt that South Africa's economy is now on the up after more than a decade of rapid decline.
So as far as the DA is concerned in the GNU, this better keep up on this uptick, better get up to about 3 to 5%. And if it carries on at these 1%, 2%ers, the DA is going to take a big knock unless they jump off the bus soon enough. And the ANC, of course, will take the normal knock that it takes. But the DA has everything hanging on whether their entry into the GNU brings felt economic growth, not reported economic growth, which will be felt around about 3% to about 5%. And so we'll see what the president says about this in less than 72 hours. Next thing to watch out for is old foreign policy. There is no GNU policy. A while ago, the leader of the Freedom Front, Corne Mulder, went to Taiwan, whom we fired out of South Africa. In the GNU, you have those who are playing the we go with China, we hate America and Israel path. And then you have a lot of GNU members who say we don't hate nobody, we trade with the world. And we will trade with China and trade with America. Yet the GNU is running full force on ANC foreign policy, meaning although we voted last year, your vote made no difference to ANC foreign policy that existed before your vote. So the GNU has never come together to discuss foreign policy and have foreign policy that as citizens we can say this is our foreign policy as a country. We do not have national foreign policy. So it will be interesting to see when President Ramaphosa speaks on foreign policy, do they clap? Do they not clap? The next one is the Madlanga Commission is going on. President Ramaphosa has failed to act and is kicking the can down the road like we spoke about in this video here. So this may bring some boos from the opposition benches. We'll see how this goes because no one is impressed with a president who believes that we are always willing to wait for action, and for now we will just relax with promises after promises and promises of promises following promises. Lastly, this SONA is coming at a time when Hammanskraal has no water. I'm in Joburg, sections don't have water. There's been no real improvement since Ramaphosa took office at the beginning, and possibly service delivery is falling apart. So we'll hear what the promises are. This is a State of the Nation coming up. I'd love to hear what you're looking forward to. How many of you are going to watch it? How many are not going to watch it? Possibly we may watch it together. We may broadcast it live, although it will be difficult to hear more promises after promises once again. He's going to tell us that they borrowed 1.5 billion to go towards infrastructure. He's going to tell us that it's doubled compared to last year, as we heard from Steenhuisen. And he's going to look for all those little shoots and tell us that they are shoots and we should look forward to them once again, like we did with his past 6 State of the Nation addresses. So let me hear your comments below. How do you think it's going to go? My biblical reaction. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. But when the desire comes, it is a tree of life. Waiting makes a nation lose morale. But when a nation begins to see real results, it excites them again. A lot of the country doesn't even have energy to fight, to shout, to even watch State of the Nation addresses, and they're just sitting there watching. Those who had hope that the parties they voted for will add a new excitement are watching the ANC walk all over the electorate, watching so many things carrying on in the same way. And what that does is it makes the heart sick. People get to a place where they say, whatever. But we will not be discouraged because South Africa will prosper. But I've got to tell you, this upcoming State of the Nation address is really draining when I think about the fact that I have to watch it. And if you want to join me the next day and we can hear Moeletsi Mbeki talk about it, drop a comment below and ask me, and let's watch it together. So let's hear your thoughts. What do you think about the upcoming State of the Nation address? Is your heart sick, or are you looking with hope to the State of the Nation address, not to the country, because South Africa will prosper. But the State of the Nation address is less than 72 hours away. So let me hear your thoughts below. No man can serve two masters. Either you love the one or hate the other, or you despise the one and honor the other. You cannot serve God and Karl Marx. So we may feel heartsick when we have to listen to a long speech of promises, but we have inside information about how this head ends. So let's make history together. Cheers.